All right, cool. Now let me go to the special page. Get my keister in the chat. Yay, we're in the chat. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream today. Hi. Today we are drawing, or I am drawing, I guess. Or we collectively, if anyone's drawing at home, that'd be cool. We're gonna do the Dover Demon. And his wiki article is quite short. These are the original sketches of him, by the way, that I have as my references. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see them all nice and clear. So these are the sketches and descriptions that the person who supposedly saw the Dover Demon saw. These are the things he drew. So here we go. The Dover Demon is a creature reportedly sighted in the town of Dover, Massachusetts. It was first sighted on April 21st and 22nd of 1977. And the primary sighting is as follows. 17-year-old William Bill Bartlett claimed that while driving on April 21st, 1977, he saw a large-eyed creature, quote, with tendril-like fingers and glowing eyes on top of a broken stone wall on Farm Street in Dover, Massachusetts. 15-year-old John Baxter reported seeing a similar creature on Miller Hill Road that same evening. Another 15-year-old, Abby Brabham, claimed to have seen the creature the following night on Springdale Avenue. The teenagers all drew sketches of the alleged creature, and Bartlett wrote on his sketch, "I, Bill Bartlett, swear on a stack of Bibles that I saw this creature." According to the Boston Globe, quote, the locations of the sightings plotted on a map lay in a straight line over 2 miles. Some suggested that the creature may have been a foal or perhaps a moose calf. Police told the Associated Press that the creatures reported by the teenagers, quote, were probably nothing more than a school vacation hoax. And that is all the information that we have. People still claim to see it today. From time to time.
Nice.
So, like other things, it could easily have been something with mange. Or, like they said, a baby moose. Because if I look up a picture of a moose calf, let's look up a picture of a moose calf really quick. Moose calf. Moose calf. It'd help if I spelled it correctly. Baby moose. Let's find us a baby moose. Let's find a good picture of a baby moose. Here's a baby moose with its parent. Alright. So here is a moose with baby. So if we look at the two of them side by side, first of all, that is a big old honker on that moose there, and I didn't realize they had noses quite like that. But that is a mama with her babby. And if we look at, oh, here's a good one too. A running baby moose. This one is also good because we can see its limbs. So if we see it, and the way it's jaunting around, if you saw something like this up on a stone wall in the middle of the night in the dark with its eyes reflecting your flashlight, you know, moose flip their ears back when they're scared because they're prey animals, and they have long gangly legs like that, you might, you know, you can actually kind of see a little bit of a correlation between the two of them. If the calf is emaciated because it's, you know, not got its mama with it, it'd be very, very skinny. Easily very sickly. I could see it. It's also possible, given this other sketch here, that this could have been a raccoon. A raccoon with mange. As, actually, when I was listening to Cult's Cryptids Conspiracy this morning, and they were talking about cryptids, because out in Texas a couple of days ago, some men claimed they were being chased by an owl man, even though by their description it was not man-shaped in the slightest, it was just a big owl. So, I don't think that counts. If it's just a big owl, that's just a giant owl. That's not an owl man. Whoops, I did not mean to put that in that folder. That don't go there. That. Here. There. Goodness. Anyway. As they discussed, most cryptids are either owls or stuff with mange. Makes sense. So, I think, based upon that description, that they believed it was a moose, possibly a moose, that I will use this baby moose as part of my references. We'll give it like a moosey kind of head. Or at least a shape. Because it has a head shaped like a gourd. Or like a peanut. It's peanut moose. Need to get my pencil, brush, and all that jazz. Because I was doing other stuff before, so it wasn't already set to that. Come on. Started a bit late today because I was at the fair. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of tasty food. Fair French fries and donuts with ice cream. There was a lot of things I wanted to try, but, you know, stomach does not have the capacity to eat everything. Also, fair food is extremely expensive. My brother bought a $15 burger. And I looked at him and I was like, $15? And he goes, yeah. I'm like, is it worth $15? And he goes, oh God, no. Well, how much is it worth? He goes, I don't know, maybe $5. Hell of a markup. You know, strangely, this is a very smooth sketch over here of this thing on the rock wall. It's interesting that it has tendril fingers, too. Ferb is here! Hello, Ferb! To give you a quick summary, Ferb. This creature was seen by 3 teens in slightly different locations over the course of 2 nights. And they were like, oh my god, some kind of monster alien thing. And the cops went, I think that was a moose. Or a prank. And these 2 things on the left are sketches done by the people who said they saw it. And I grabbed a picture of a baby moose so that we could maybe incorporate the possibility of it being a moose. It was a moose with mange. It could have been. I mean, if you look at the shape of a moose's head, as you can see, it's kind of peanut shaped. It does seem to hold water. And if a moose is scared, it flips its ears back. And if this poor moosey moose is separated, if it's a calf separated from its mom, then it's probably emaciated. So instead of having this healthy baby poof, it's probably a little skeleton with its big, long, gangly baby legs tottering over a low brick wall. It might look like that. Excuse me. As for the one holding on to the tree, that could have been a raccoon. Could have been a raccoon with mange. Or could have been an alien. Maybe it was an alien. A big old alien. Also, you missed the brief discussion about how there was a owl man sighting in Waco, Texas. And I heard about it on the podcast Cults, Cryptids, Conspiracies, which I still highly recommend to other people. It's very funny. And they were talking about how it doesn't count as an owl man because the owl man in question does not have any human properties. It's just a giant owl. And it's been described more like a Mothman than an actual, like anything else, really. So the 2 of them concluded that, once again, all cryptids are either, they're either owls or creatures with mange. And that's not a fair assumption, I suppose.
Or sexy ladies.
Or sexy ladies. Or sexy ladies. You are correct. I almost forgot. It's either something with mange, owls, or a sexy lady.
Or creepy dudes.
Or creepy dudes.
Like just like creepy dudes. Like guys who are just creepy.
Yeah.
These are the 3 or 4 cryptids that exist.
Yes. In reality, well, not the types that exist, but the things that they might actually be. They're either a creepy man, a sexy lady.
Well, no, it's both.
An owl. Well, that's true. There are several types where it's like it was just a hot lady, or like, well, it was just a really big iguana. No, it was a demon. It might have just been a lizard, though. But also Bigfoot Part 2. It was stinky. Looks kind of like it has a nose. They said it doesn't have a mouth. It seems to have 2 little slits on its face. So we'll do that. Actually, if I look up the Dover Demon, by the way, there was apparently a movie about it. Let me find you. Here it is. Let me find you. This terrible cover. Because this looks... you know what this thing looks like? It looks just like the alien from The Happening. Or not The Happening, from, Signs. Doesn't it? Those eyes don't look like they're shiny to me. Those look like pits. Big pits. That doesn't count. There's so many little books people have written. Yeah, apparently there's like a movie about it or something, or it appeared in something. It's either a TV show or a movie. Oh my god, the eyes, I love it already. Yes. It has a head kind of like a potato. This poor spud was just wandering around bemoaning the fact that its face is weird. And now everybody's following it around being like, Demon! It's like, no, please, I just want to go home. Please. Please, just let me go home. This poor, sad tentacle fingered thing. With its Kermit the Frog body. It's had such a bad time. Let's see about getting it that long little stick neck. Stick neck. You know, looking at this thing holding the tree, it does kind of look like it's trying desperately to stand. It's like, oh no, I've had too many drinks. My brain is so full of stuff. I'm multitasking reading out early Earth ribosomes for fun while also trying to figure out some name change forms. Oh, cool. That sounds like a fun thing to read for funsies. Is it related to what you're going to school for, or? It doesn't look like this thing's really got shoulders. Let's look more at the moose body. Let us look at the moose. It does not seem to have the extra elbow of the moose, but if the moose is toddling. No, I'm just fascinated by early Earth and the origins of life. That's fair. I think I've lost Mike. I think Mike may have been eaten.
Nope, I'm here.
Oh no, he here. Okay, because somebody left the thing. I heard it go blah, blah, and I was like, uh-oh. Who did I lose? What poor friend got thrown into the abyss? Because Dave's coming back, but he's got to take care of chores.
Okay, I just finished stabbing my cat.
Woo! Is it healthier now?
Yes, I stabbed him with it.
Good. Gotta insulate your cat.
Not bad, like a little shit. He's a little shit, that cat, though.
Also,
then again, he is also the
sorry, go ahead.
cat.
Ah.
Sorry. Oh, and now we got the nosiest cat.
Also, for good luck with the name change forms, I had a friend of mine who decided he didn't like his name and decided to change it, and it was an exciting process. Although I have to say, he did say that the process of changing the name on his World of Warcraft account was way more complicated than any of the other processes. Mostly it just involved a lot of faxing. Because government documents must always be faxed. Can't email that shit. No, sir. He bought a fax machine, like a printer that was also a fax machine, specifically to send those forms in, so.
Question.
Huh?
What's with his horse?
I'm sorry, what?
What's wrong with this horse?
What's wrong with this horse?
Mm-hmm.
It's a moose.
Oh, so the problem with the horse...
The problem with the
It's a moose.
horse is that it is a moose. Hi, Design! Herb says, it's a pain in the butt. I have my certificate of change of name already. I just need to change my name with my school now. Ah. Desarin said, I thought they said, what's wrong with this voice? That's a good question. My voice may be slightly sleepy because I came back from the fair and I had fair food. And fair food is delicious, but it is also high in fat and sugar and salt and things, and that's all stuff that makes the human body want to nap. You know what this thing also could have been, just by looking at its body? It could have been a chimpanzee. A chimp with mange! Oh. Unfortunately, it's a connection thing. This, for some reason, happens when I stream. And that could just be because of how far away he is by comparison. So that's entirely possible.
I will go ahead and stop watching your stream, see if that does anything.
Okay. Oh, Dezern thought you were doing it on purpose to do like a cool AI voice. Does it have a thumb? It doesn't look like it's got a thumb. Or maybe it's got like 3 fingers and a thumb. But it looks like it just has like 4 curly fingers.
It looks like Roger from American Dad.
Kinda. It does look a little bit like a gray alien. But this one's got a snoot. A big long snoot.
God, I could deal with a tequila. Actually, screw the tequila. Sorry. Actually, screw the tequila. Let's go for a full banana daiquiri.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that it might just be because of me. This weird space monkey. Space moose monkey. Ah, Desarin says, don't worry about it, though. It sounds kinda cool.
Now's my chance to be auto-tuned.
It does kick in, the majestic moose. Yes! The majestic Massachusetts moose that scared the bejesus out of 3 teenagers over the course of several days, several miles apart.
There's a moose loose about this moose.
They are incredibly dangerous. Let's take a moment while I draw this and talk about how moose are super dangerous.
They are pretty mean.
People
don't know that.
Yeah, they are very mean. They are very vindictive. And if one of them meets your vehicle, the one surviving is not your car. They are also very big. Like, if you think you know how big a moose is, you are wrong. Yeah, Desarin says, oh, they live here. We are well aware. Yes. I speak for the general audience, of course, about how the moose is a dangerous creature.
You're just informing all of us non-Canadians about the size of the moose.
Yeah. See, that makes me wonder, Desarin, have you ever seen a moose go jumping off a cliff? Because that's a thing they just do. I finally got to watch the Kelpie video last night. Horses are so weird, says Ferb. Yes!
Stuck on an island.
Oh,
The island of Moose Fit.
Desarin says, no, not specifically. Have not seen a moose jump off a cliff. Moose hunting do be a thing here. Yeah. But apparently what happens is one of a moose's favorite foods is like seagrass. So what they will do is they will go off into...
I don't mean to interrupt, but I gotta dip out for now. I'll be back in just a bit.
Okay. Love you, baby.
Love you too.
So what do you hunt the moose with, a railgun?
Probably a high caliber rifle. And then hope the moose doesn't see you, because I'm sure the moose will be like, ah, vengeance. But moose like seagrass, apparently. So one of the things that they will do is they will go into the sea. And they don't really care how. They'll just jump off of a cliff into the water. I'll go get a clip of that really quick, actually. That might be kind of fun. Oh, Design says they have...
Yeah.
They may have a very easy time getting to it here because the island, and I don't have to go to extreme measures. Oh, because of the island and don't have to go extreme measures, although we do have a lot of cliffs. I see. Alright.
When they are falling off the cliffs towards the water, do they stare their antlers like airplane wings?
Maybe. Moose jumps off cliff. There it is. It popped right up. There's the moose dive. Alright. Give me a second. Let's pop this video out. Let's bring the video over here. I will increase the volume of this one. So before I start, as you can see in the background right here, that is the moose. Keep an eye on the moose. He has decided he wants to cross the bay, and that he doesn't feel like walking down to find the beach. There he is.
Aww. Little Sam.
Just hanging out and being a moose. There you go. Oh, he getting closer. He looking down in the water. Put the camera back on the moose. Oh, he jumped down, and there he goes!
Oh no!
He's fine though. He'll just pop up in a second. Yep, there he is.
Woo! I'm rooting for you, buddy!
And now he's gonna swim over there. If I rewind it a bit, can I get the moment he slapped into the water? Let me see if I can get him with his legs flipped in the air. Go moose! Go moose! Go moose!
Do it!
Yeah! Woo! There it is! Ah, there they are. So majestic and graceful. Anyway, thank you for indulging the moose dive. Dezarin says, I'm just saying, since I'm surrounded by sea, they might just go get seagrass more easily. That could honestly be here for all I know. Well, I mean, it could be. But apparently they love to hop off of cliffs and go for little jaunts in the sea to eat seagrass. And as a matter of fact, they are in there so often that one of their natural predators is the orca. So...
Imagine if you saw a washed up orca and like somehow you opened up its belly and then a moose
came out.
So fucking confused.
Yeah, you'd be like, what the? It's just laying on the beach, and there's a moose slowly crawling out of it like the orphan of Cause at the end of Bloodborne. And you're like, well, that is not something I was expecting to see today. Its limbs appear to be the same length. It's got like slightly funky feet. Humpbacks are a bit common, but not so much orcas. Ah, then your moose are probably safe from them. For the most part, anyway. But apparently that is a common predator of the moose, is the orca. Got a little nubby. Our moose are also bigger and even more aggressive. Ah! It's all the syrup you're feeding them. They have a sugar rush so powerful it's making them crave blood. Oh, Ferb says, do I sense another Canadian? Have I brought two Canadians together?
You seen that I sound Canadian? How dare you, sir? I'm not Canadian, although... Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry, Dezarin says it is the lack of natural predators on this island specifically that has made them so big and mean. But yes, I'm sorry, you had something to add, David?
I was going to say that some people mistake me for Canadian, but I am not Canadian.
Basically, it is tough to live here, so they get tough, and the only predator it might have to deal with would be a basic bear. Okay.
A basic bear as opposed to a base bear.
What's funny is even though, like, obviously you should not go fucking around with bears, bears for the most part will just kind of leave you be. They don't actively hunt humans. They would just rather you didn't bother them, which makes sense. Let's make this little arm better. There we go. Let's fix his limbs. Give him a little more detail. See, the Dover demon is pretty straightforward. It's just a guy. It's a little dude with a peanut head and a big long snoot. I've just moosed him up a little bit. Just like the moose, I'm going to give him a elbow much higher up than the rest of his arm. Aha! Dazarin and Ferb are rejoicing that they are both Canadians. Ferb has greeted Dazarin with the traditional, "Hello, eh? Do you ride your..." Wow, I've gone from Canadian to Irish. Says, "Hello, eh? Do you ride your moose to work, eh?" There we go. This completely sidestepped an entire continent at first there. Reunited. It feels so good. Dazarin says, "Lord Thunder in Jesus, no, I be a Newfie, me son." Oh. The Newfies go by sea. Gave him like weird curl fingers. Like in Nightmare Before Christmas. Let me make this arm longer. Doodly doodly doo. Ferb says I'm one of them Saskers. I don't know what that means. But congratulations.
Or thundering Jesus,
Oh,
no,
maybe
I
it's
be a Newfie, me
Saskatoon.
son.
No, that's not that. Dazarin says, "My god, have you ever actually heard the thick Newfoundland accent? It's amazing." And then added to Ferb, "Ah, so you live in a wheat field. Got it." And Ferb says, "Yeah, I saw wheat and skis."
There are Will Wheaton's keys and Will Wheaton's dice.
Saskatchewan be like Kansas. Oh, Saskatchewan. You can see lots of nothing. Nothing as far as the horizon. Excellent. Except that we are a perfect rectangle. Oh, that's true. Kansas is an imperfect rectangle. It has a little rough, scraggly bit on it. Gotta skinny these limbs. The big skinny. got little stick limbs and fingers like noodles.
I can't believe this monster was created by a 4-year-old with a crayon.
It's got pasta for hands. Pasta for hands. This one is Kansas, but this one is not. Yes! This one is Kansas, but this one is not Arkansas. America, explain! Why you mean not Arkansas? I love that woman so much. She's so adamant and she has such a good point. We don't know why it's not Arkansas. We don't know. It probably has something to do with who we bought the land from. Maybe we can blame the French, I don't know. It depends. The big belly. The little pot belly to the guy. And give him a perfectly square butt. As the sketch indicates, he has a perfectly square tuchus.
Imagine this sketch artist asking about so. Can you describe the ass to me, sir?
Well, if it's the Kappa, it's got 3 anuses and can fire a powerful fart directly into.
Okay, sir, that's more graphic than I intended. I'm not sure if I need that for the sketch, but I will make note of that. Should we make to identify it from you? Fine.
We need to identify it from behind. Oh my goodness. I bought airline tickets today and it was $600, which was less than last time, but still expensive! It's for my Thanksgiving Day adventure. I will be gone for 2 weeks. I won't be streaming during that time, but that's okay, because I'm pretty sure everybody will also be on vacations of their own. And now I can't stop yawning, why? Ugh, we're almost done with this horrible little man. You know, what if it wasn't a moose or an alien? What if it was just someone's grandpa?
It's just Uncle Norman. He lost his nose and his eyelids and his thumb in the war.
He likes to wander around on tops of rock walls at night, scaring folks. He's so smooth. He is super smooth.
He lost his toes during the war too. Had to have another man's fingers transplanted onto him.
He's got the body of Kermit the Frog.
Oh dear. Would just like to say, I am not loose.
He says, "Stop! No!" Oh, don't put detail. Just leave him smooth, smooth like a bubble. He is a jelly bean with a potato for a head. Got it.
No, I'm a frog.
Not add any lines to him. I will. Oh, I meant the body of Kermit the Frog. Okay. Then I will resume giving him tiny ribs.
The only person allowed to Kermit the Frog is Miss Piggy.
Ah, but they got a divorce.
Yeah, but we're like one of those really terrible couples that breaks up all the time and then gets back together. You know the kind. So,
that's actually part of their official lore now, by the way, is that they are currently separated. They're divorced. And have been for many years.
Yeah,
and Miss Piggy runs a very interesting Twitter. There we go. And just a little bit more pudgy. Like he swallowed a volleyball.
Miss Piggy actually has a Twitter. I did not know that.
She does, and it posts strangely affirming things like if you have a good look today, you must take pictures and post it. It is the law.
Welcome to the official Twitter of...
Oh, I see you found it.
Eva must be able to fit every single suitcase whenever she wants until Lisa doesn't travel trunks carried around like her duty. Oh gosh.
A series of tree frogs in a trench coat.
Truly stylish. Almost always dressed for success. I really have a hard time. Let me go ahead and have a quick sip or something. There we go. Be truly stylish. Almost always dressed for success. In Wall's experience, this is much easier to do once you're already successful.
Give him big old nose holes.
What, the cats?
Huh?
You mean the cats?
No, I'm giving him big nose holes like a moose.
Oh, I thought you said noise holes. Like
Oh! Could be noise holes.
She like, yeah, she likes to make noise. Cat.
There we go. Yes! Oh, this freak! This horrible thing! This horrible, naked, wrinkly man! Oh!
Oh God, it's hideous!
Oh. Oh, it's got like a little sunken butt. Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
It's like Rufus, the naked mole rat, if he became a person.
Kind of, yeah. Alright. Now let's draw a cuter version of him. Let us see if that is a challenge that I am prepared to attempt. That is not the right button. That is the right button. Oh, my cat is sleeping and one foot is hanging out of her her little sleep igloo that she's in. She's got one foot.
Okay.
Sticking out.
Apparently, there's well, I'll go ahead and take a look at the full thing now.
Mm.
There's a PayPal thing going on about fines for misinformation.
Mm-hmm.
Just in, PayPal spokesperson, I think that's what Spox means, on $2,500 fine. An AUP notice recently went out in error that included incorrect information. PayPal is not fining people for misinformation, and this language was never intended to be inserted in our policy. We're sorry for the confusion this caused.
Ah. Okay. So the chibi of this is going to be a smooth, shiny boy. Yes. Oh, hold on a moment.
I like.
1 second.
I like. I was gonna say I like this one comment to this.
Sorry about that, I'm back. I was asked if I wanted pizza for dinner, and the answer is yes. Yes, I do.
Answer is always yes. I like this comment that someone left on this report, which is we should all issue them $2,500 fines for
this misinformation. Yeah. Well, see, that was just an accident then. Ironic.
Ironic. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
He can save everyone else from death, but not himself.
Time to make this adorable, maybe. We need a big snoot.
What is the matter with you, whiny baby? Come on.
Sorry for going too quiet. I was trying to see if I could find a good clip or example of the accent, says the Zarin. That's okay. If you can't, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Why are you being such a whiny baby?
I take it the kitty's out there being a whiny, weepy poo.
Yes. Come here. Add milk. Yeah. Come on.
Oh, you still give your cats milk?
Lactose-free milk.
Oh, okay. The problem is that most will sound like gibbering nonsense unless you are from here. I see. Time to give big eyes. Big eye. Big eyes that glow in the dark. You just look at them and they go boom, like light bulbs.
Wom. Wom. Wom.
Fatten the snoot. Make the snoot fat. Burning coal eyes, yes.
Shoot the snoot.
We gotta plump the snoot into a big snoot.
Like a band that you boop the snoot.
This thing really does look like a Muppet on drugs. He got the big...
What's a good name for a Muppet on drugs? Here, kids, my name's Twiker. Hey, we're gonna learn why you shouldn't be sharing needles with your roommate, Clyde.
Dazarn says nowadays the most dangerous creature might be one with multiple snoots to distract people. It's nothing but snoots. It looks like a bouquet, but it's all snoots. I know what pose to put him in. It's gonna be a little tricky because I have to try and preserve the neck. We're gonna give him a very long neck. Oh my god, already it's a crime! I've only given it a neck and it's a crime! Oh no!
Character was inspired by Jim Carrey in the movie The Deadpool.
What?
Have you not seen that?
No.
Alright, well, to be fair, it's like the last Dirty Harry movie.
Ah.
In it, Jim Carrey makes a appearance, like, sort of early in his career, where he is tasked with being a sort of heavy metal, like, rock and roll star, who I think dies the first 20 minutes from an overdose that is, you know, actually murder. To sum up Jim Carrey's own sort of portrayal of the role, he summed up the entire character as, "Hey man, I can handle it," and then he died.
Whoops. Oh my god, the pose I have in mind making it look like such a little goober.
Yeah. Anyone else think that Jim Carrey... Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Anyone else think that Jim Carrey would have been like the perfect Deadpool if that movie was made back in the 90s?
Could be. I think he makes an excellent Robotnik.
Mm. Yeah, the Deadpool, he was in that in 1988.
Uh-huh.
And his breakout role was Ace Ventura, wasn't it?
I think so. At least that's what we all know him for.
Yeah, so that was 6 years later. Oh, wow. He did what in the hell? He did Ace Ventura, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber all in the same year?
Oh, movies came out really quick in
That is insane.
in the 90s. Do you know what Jim Carrey's first ever movie was? Asks Dazaren. I do not.
I will go ahead and tell you now.
I think that Dazaren may want to tell us. Oh, okay.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Rubber Face.
My
Nice.
God, I'm astounded.
Yep. Look at him! Look at this boy!
Oh. This looks like concept. What is the name of that fucking...
I need to make the head bigger
hang on.
for maximum cuteness.
1 second. I need to look at something. Okay. I figured out the perfect.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm just marveling at what I've done.
Funny. Okay, I have the perfect summary for this character. Concept art for the Little Nightmares video game.
It does look a little bit. Oh, it was improved greatly by increasing the size of the cranium. Oh, perfect. Look at him. Look at this flawless baby. I've created perfection. What? Zoom out. Accidentally zoomed in. Didn't mean to. All right.
Oh lord.
Oh. Desarin says, ironically, the movie Rubber Face is about a comedian trying to make a name for themselves with, well, rubber face stand-up comedy. Ah, that's pretty cool. I wonder if that's where he learned to do those facial expressions that he's known for. Ferb Among Us says, this is giving me Invader Zim vibes. Excellent. Desarin says, oh, look at this poor being that will do nothing but tumble forward due to the weight of its own coconut. Yes. This creature I've made cannot walk. He can bring
I can hear
harm
the
to
electricity passing through my brain cells.
They're so far apart. It's like a baby owl. Yes! Like we've discussed, all cryptids are either a creepy guy, a hot lady, an animal with mange, or an owl. I think it's more that he could do that anyway, and that's why the movie was made with him as the star. Oh, I see. I see, said the blind man. Since my computer's doing a weird laggy thing again, that I will someday solve, I will apply a little smoothing to this so that my mouse doesn't go flying. Oh! My friend Savannah just popped in a little message saying that she's looking into more Dungeons and Dragons stuff and that maybe she will DM a game. Oh, if she can, then that's awesome. Good for her.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I will join her at game if she allows. Jim Carrey being Jim Carrey and Jim Carrey the movie. Yeah, basically. It just sits here staring into your soul.
Well, alrighty then. You can make the scene if you don't have the green.
Desarin says it's fine as long as it sits there. Yeah. As long as it sits right here and doesn't move, it's fine. Nothing bad will ever happen, ever. The second it stands up, we have a problem because of how much strength it must possess to stand with that noggin. Yeah, especially on those little toothpick feet. Sorry, go ahead.
Sinister laughing implies victory.
Yes. I love creating crimes against God and man.
All right, there, Victor Frankenstein.
Oh, Victor Frankenstein didn't believe in God. He also went and took a nap. He also went and took a nap because it was too... It's like Master Roshi, it just flexes and then it's buff. Yes! For some reason I picture it like one of those little cartoons where it'd be like, look how strong I am, and it would flex its little arm. And then the muscle would pop up for just a second, and then it would go boop. Like this. And then it would be like, oh.
PayPal now appears to be backing down after many users posted on social media that they will be closing their accounts.
Well, like I said before, I don't know how I feel about that. I think that the wording may need improvements in some places, but telling people that if you're going to sell adult content that they need to know what you're selling first is really just good business sense because you don't want people selling kid stuff.
I think this is more responsive. The thing that was really getting people was saying that you can have a fine like that for posting misinformation. So I think it's mainly the right wing that have come out and made them back
Oh,
Track on that one.
okay. To make snoot bigger. No, we will leave the little nose holes. And the big snoot. That'd be more hilarious. The flex making it look like a tiny gorilla on steroids would be more horrifying. Yeah. Poof. He bulk.
You know what would be really horrifying?
He climbed the wall, he said.
If like through the nose holes you could see its brain.
Oh god. Just shine a flashlight up its nose and its eyes light up. Just,
Like imagine if you just put it so it's like visible there. Like these little pink pieces.
look up my nose and see your future. Boing. I love this cranium. Now we're getting to the Ren and Stimpy type of comedy, says the Zarin. You are not wrong.
You idiot!
You do look like a big old peanut. Big old peanut head. Yes. You know what'll make him even better? I know he has no body hair, and I will erase these later, but for now, I want him to have 3 little hairs on his head. No, they have to come out of the same little spot. Doot and doot. I will get Powder Toast Man in here, don't you test me, says the Zarin. I'll have to erase the little hairs when I'm done, but look at this, man. Look at this 90s cartoon character that I am making. Oh my god.
All I want to do is find love.
Those little hairs are honestly adorable, says the Zarin. There's something kind of adorably pathetic about that, and I don't know how to describe it.
I hope people like my mohawk.
I worked really hard. This could have been a mascot. Yes.
Yes, I'm a mascot for a cereal. It's called Disturbios. Creepos. I'm the mascot for the Creepo cereal.
I wonder. Instead of having its hands flat on the ground, what if...
Eating a bowl of Creepo cereal.
What if arm... go out here? No, that's too weird.
Make the arms like 4 feet long.
Stretch
Oh,
around.
I tell you what. Here's a good one. You could do the monkey pose where it's got like its fingers entwined with its feet fingers.
Just kind of plopped him on the ground next to him. I gotta replace Abe from Abe's Odyssey with this little guy. Aww, he. With his noodle arms. Now he looks like he's having an existential crisis. All it took was moving the arms, then the emotion changed. Yes. Oh my god.
Everyone resents me because I don't have toes. I only have feet fingers.
I only have feet made of noodles. Oh well. Well,
My feet are...
here we go. So I guess I should move it back to the tiny arms then, huh? If we don't want to look more cute than Crisis, we have to put his little hands back in his lap.
My feet look like noodles, but only people only like ramen.
Ferb says the Crisis is, everyone thinks I'm a moose. Am I a moose? Oh no.
Everyone thinks I'm a moose. Am I a moose? I don't even know anymore.
I don't know what I am or where I came from, so I'm just gonna sit here until someone helps me out. He
Are
really...
you gonna move
Go
He
ahead.
lose his move.
Maybe. Really, though, he can't be any scarier than Mac. From Mac and Me. Nothing can be more horrifying than Mac and Me. Oh, invert the lump. Glue some antlers to its giant head. Like with tape.
Shit.
Oh my god, now it looks like Bullwinkle. It looks like a really fucked up zombie Bullwinkle. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, we need to put them away!
Hey there,
Put them away! Oh my god.
hey there, Rocky. Let's go ahead and pull a rabbit out of your hand. Well, big one, actually. I don't think I've actually sat down and watched the Rocky and Bullwinkle cartoon.
It's okay. Tuck this little arm up here, make the elbow really high. And then make the rest
What's they know
of the
about
arm
Robert
down.
about Rocky and Bullwinkle is in the movie. Robert De Niro was the bad guy.
Oh, the live action one?
Mm-hmm.
I never saw that. Rather deal with Mac than a xenomorph or necromorph, let's put it that way. This is true. He is a bean boy. This little potato. This potato bean man. He could be made into like a little beanbag plushie. You'd have to put a lot of beans in his butt though, or he wouldn't sit properly. He'd just fall over from his big head. Blam.
Just don't think this plan thought out properly. That's cool.
Why did God make me this way?
Master, why did God make me? I don't like it here.
Why was I made like this? I was born this way. The Kappa can help put the beans in the butt. Yes! In exchange for a cucumber, he will help you put the beans in the butt for ballast. The butt bean ballast. The bargain for the butt bean ballast. It's like the start of a concerning children's book. You were born this way because Mr. Peanut went on a really drunken bender. Yes. He got abducted, and he was like, y'all want some tequila? And they were like, I don't know what that is, but let's try. And then this happened. Little knees. Little leg. Little stick leg. He's speaking in tongues. Oh my god.
Is my head shaped like a guitar? Am I a musical instrument? Is that why I only have 3 strings? I still cannot let this happen.
A violin or cello is what Dezarin says his head looks like.
Is my head shaped like a violin or a cello?
What is that even?
Am I a fancy boy?
He's the fanciest of boys. A fancy bean lad. With a bean ballast in his butt. To counterbalance his head. I don't know what kind of concerning baby we made, but here it is.
I'm jealous. All the humans get up and I only count to 8.
Is it supposed to be an aggressive thing since it is called a demon? Nope. From what I understand from the bit that we found concerning the legend of the Dober demon, it did not attack anybody. It walked along a rock wall and scared a couple of kids, and it just kind of looked at them and continued on for about 2 miles. On rock walls. And it hugged a tree at one point. Or mostly used it for balance, I guess. So, it's just kind of like a disappointing little story of this kind of sad little guy who just went on a walk one night and people got upset and scared. And the police were like, that was probably a moose. So it has good balance and yeah! So he's got a love of nature. He loves recycling. Going on walks in the woods. And doing arts and crafts that involve turning normal household objects you might throw away into new and usable crafts. Like, why throw away those extra plastic containers from the Chinese food place when you can clean them out with a simple vinegar solution and reuse them? If they're vegan, then that might explain the tiny arms and legs. Could be vegan. Wow. I mean, we don't even know if it has a mouth. Maybe it just eats like moonbeams or something. You just have to sit down and sun.
I love.
He photosynthesizes.
He eats air.
He breathes in water through his nose, the moisture in the air to keep himself hydrated, and he absorbs light from the moon and the sun to photosynthesize. But because he's out at night, his photosynthesis isn't terribly strong, so he looks gray. It eats your hopes and dreams! Yes. He eats bad dreams. Here lie Squidward's hopes and dreams.
I'm gonna cry.
Little noodle legs and little noodle feet. Oh, Ferb says it's a wholesome peanut boy. It could be a wholesome peanut boy. We seem to be wandering the line of is it horrifying or is it wholesome? To be less jokey, maybe just maybe it looks scary to feed on fear but never actually harms anything. That could be. It could be like a less threatening, creepy version of it. Is it just pops up outside of people's houses, they go, ah! And it eats their fear and goes, delicious, thank you, and wanders away.
Sorry to surprise you like that. I was hungry.
Pat, pat, plap, 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 plap. It's got feet. Its feet sound like duck feet when it walks. It goes plap, plap, plap across the stone.
That's one.
Plap, 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 plap.
Alright. Let me fix this curve a little bit because it's not quite even. There we go. There he is!
Gotta
You guys-
even the curve,
you-
man.
You guys think I should leave the little hairs on his head even though the Dover demon has no hair?
I say yes. I'll sit on the floor, children.
And like Ferb said, we can make sure he's shiny.
I am a slightly moist peanut.
It's up to you whether you want to be, quote, accurate or follow your heart. Well, let's see. Here's what he looks like without the hairs.
I like the hairs.
You like the hairs? Let's put the hairs back on his head. He can have the hairs as a treat. could make them grass. He put grass on his head. If I turned it into a little grass, a little grass
You can't do that. It's legal now.
coming out of a little dirt clod. He put a little pile of grass on his head, like a little hat. What say you, my audience? We're creating this together in real time. Well, slightly real time. I will always be in the past for you, but as close as we can get to real time. Big clump of dirt. Mildly delayed time, yes. So how you think he looks with a little dirt clod with grass on it on his head?
I think that works. Well,
Hmm.
I like the idea of taking it off like a cat. Like a cat.
It kind of looks like somebody bullied him. Oh no! Okay, we'll turn it back into hair. We'll turn it back into hair. Yeah, I guess with him sitting like that and the haunting gaze, it probably just looks like somebody walked by and dropped dirt on him. And he's like, oh, everybody's really mean to me. We've turned him into such a pitiable little guy. Take this, nerd, throws grass. Oh, thank you for your present. I like the hat. We made him kind of like a creepy, saggy, smooth thing up there. And down here, he's just... That's the noise that it makes. Alright. Let me see yesterday's to make sure this is the right size. Do. You can meet the size of the Kappa. There you go. Thank you, Kappa.
Aw. Aw. This is just how I am, I guess.
Well. Imagine if it made a massive sound out of its little body. Like it took a deep breath and then went like... Then did like a bwom from Inception. Just sat there and... Boom. And be like, well, hey, no. Oh. Baby siren head. Yes. Oops. This creature is perfect and I love him. I love my tiny weird son. I have made so many tiny weird sons this particular go through. Some of those sons might be daughters even, I don't know. Usually when I just say my son, it's become like a gender neutral term for me. Like, oh, my son! That's a girl. So, still my son. And now all I can think of for some reason is Griffin McElroy. I abandoned my boy. I abandoned my boy. I was about to say, do you think any of your cryptids would be your tiny daughters? I think some of them could be. Let's see, if I had to pick. Let me gaze upon the creatures I've made thus far. While the window is hooking. I get it! Give me a second. Window hooked. Alright.
It's like a plot hook for Windows.
Can I see the folder, please? Thank you. Alright, let's go into my cryptids folder. Don't remember the fullest, but any specifically female in their lore. I think that for the most part, they're all gender neutral, so they could be anything. They could be one, the other, both, or neither. I think that more often than not, Kappas are thought of as male because of the bad, inappropriate things they do to people. But not necessarily. Alright, let's see. See, that's the list. Let me look at the list. Well, I know that the Loch Ness Monster is usually thought of as a girl. And I know that this one, the Elweischrisch, however you say it, has the boobas of a human female, so maybe that one's a girl. Maybe the Squonk is a girl, we don't know. The Dobarchu, if it's the survivor, would be the mate of the other one, so I guess that one could be female. Yeah, the Wendigo could be either. Most of these really could be either. The Grafton Monster is tomorrow. Oh, we're going to draw a lump. That's great. Let's have a quick look at what we've already got. What do we think these cryptids are? Let us assume their genders for a moment. The Beast of Bladdenborough. I think it could be a girl, because it reminds me of one of my female cats that had a great deal of murderous intent towards other living things. The Jersey Devil. I think that the Jersey Devil could be either, but if I was forced to pick one of the normal binary, I would say it could be a little boy. Whoop! Scrolled very quickly through them. The Kelpie could be either, but the My Little Pony vibe makes me want to say it's a girl. The Flatwoods Monster, I think, could be a little boy. Again, could be either. I really think that could be either is kind of the term for all of these. Could be either, but if I had to pick, forced to choose, I would say little boy for the Flatwoods Monster. For the Doberchu, if I were forced to pick, I would say a little girl. The MLP vibe makes me think girl, but the goth band lead singer vibe makes me think guy. Yeah, that's why it could be either. The Loop Garu. I think boy when I look at it. And I think that's just because of, like, it like gives, like, little boy vibes with the scruffiness. And the Kappa could be either, but I get, like, little girl vibes from this one. It's a very excited little girl that wants to get... Have you seen the Apocalypse Ponies? Yes, I actually have a picture of them saved. The ones from Robot Chicken. Love them. And this little fella could really be either as well. So I don't think that there's anything wrong with assuming the gender one way or the other. Or any other way, really, for any of these cryptids.
I have no strong feelings, one way or the other.
Oh, you got Apocalypse Pony vibes from the Kelpie? I'm gonna take that as a win. I feel like that means I succeeded. I got a good vibe with that one. Alright. An eye has been applied. We can now close the ruler. I feel like aliens could very well be outside of our scope of gender. This is true. Oh, sorry, what?
I was gonna say, I think I will have to leave you. I am feeling very oddly tired, like, sooner than I should be.
Okay,
I'm gonna call
that's
it
fine.
an early night to try and catch up.
Yeah, and then tomorrow you'll have plenty of energy. Alrighty, well you have a good rest of your night, and thank you for hanging out with me. And watching me make this little dude.
No problem. Yeah, it's a real fun time. Thank you very much for having me on. I will see you later. All the best and have
Alrighty,
a great day.
bye!
Bye-bye.
And now we are alone. It is just you and me, dear viewer. And every other viewer, I guess. And this interesting lo-fi accoutrement. Which thankfully nobody's gotten mad at me for. So that's great. It means it's fair, it's a fair use and free to use from this person, and that's great. Again, the channel these are on is called Blur, and they are on YouTube. The mildly splicer-looking lady will eat us. Yes. If you could all line up and begin marinating yourselves, please. I feel like I should do another PNG tuber that incorporates more of these elements that I've picked for this Halloween outfit. Because I was told once, when I was with some of my friends, because, you know, it was back in the early days of the internet when quizzes were all the thing that everybody did. It was like, oh, do this online quiz. See what kind of tuber you are, or whatever. What sort of box are you? It did one that was like, what is your fashion? And it told me that mine was Subway Witch. And I was like, that sounds cool. I like that. Oh, thank you. I like the mask too. So maybe I should find a way to incorporate that. Maybe that'll be... It'll be, I probably would also be a potato. And that's not just because my ancestors are Irish, though that could easily be why. I'm kind of like obligated. Most of my blood is potato. But yeah, maybe I could incorporate that. Maybe that'll be my VTuber persona. And be a Subway Witch. Not one that meets you at Subway the franchise, by the way. But the kind that you meet on the last subway train headed home who tells you, like, I don't know, like some weird cryptic message about the future. Ah, Dazarin seems to be intrigued by this. I feel like everybody's got a fun persona, even if it's not, like, really obvious. That their little VTube models all have, like, little... Not the kind that spawns a horde of rats to devour you. It might be, it depends. If you're mean to the Subway Witch, they will spawn rats. And everybody knows that rats in New York, in particular, specifically rats in subways, are the size of golden retrievers. So, if you want a horde of corgi-sized rats following you from one stop to another, waiting to eat your ankles, then sure, make the Subway Witch angry. Wow, this one is so much quicker. Either I'm getting faster or this design was just very simple. And in a way, it kind of was. Its head is big, its body is a bean. Its limbs are long. Funnily enough, there is a game called Subway Midnight if you want to look into it. Oh, I might. I also discovered the other day that the first Bayonetta game is on Steam, so I can play that now on PC. Oh, did the playlist stop? I think it might have. Hold on a minute. Let me get another playlist so we don't have to sit here and just... me and close the video of the moose jumping off a cliff. Thank you. Ooh. Thank you, Blurred, for another playlist. This one's called Delightful Spooktober. That's a good one. Yeah. I might want it. I shall put that on my list of games I should look into. Especially if it's on Steam. Because then I can just watch its trailer. It is indeed on Steam. Excellent. Oh wait, I forgot. We have to incur the moosey attributes by having the arm do this. We must make sure that the moosey attribute is understood. It is dangerous not to. I'll have to make a really cool wallpaper for next month, since this month and the month before when I was doing prep work for an important project, I didn't get them done. So I want to make sure I do a really cool one. Maybe I will make one that's all of these little cryptids. I'll put all of these little dudes in on one little background for everybody. And then all of my followers on Patreon can have a nice little reward of many of the dudes. Dazarin says, I'm slowly beginning to descend into madness in modern life myself. For October weekends, I'm trying the Chilla's art games. Ooh! That sounds cool. Here we go. Flip the body of the bean. If you've ever seen on YouTube the Japanese games like the convenience store, the ghost train, and the radio station. Oh, I have seen those. Yeah, I should do that. I should try those games too. What's cool is I could really kind of do any game for October if I want to do Halloween themed games, because all the games I like to play are kind of either like weird or slightly spooky anyway, if they're not outright a spooky game. But for some reason I had a thought just now that made me laugh while I was looking at this little guy, thinking about what you asked before about, like, oh, what gender do you think they all are? And what Ferb said about how aliens probably do not have the same concept of gender we do. And I was thinking to myself how cryptids are all basically gender fluid. And then I paused, and the joke that appeared in my head was, this poor little guy stopped on Earth to pick up some gender fluid, and he got lost.
What is gender fluid? Does it taste good? I need to top off. I am low on my hydration. Is this a sports beverage?
They reproduce asexually. Yes. They reproduce by budding like a sea sponge. Yeah, he's run out of... the poor little fella's run out of the gender fluid, and now it's just sitting on their keister. They were taking a walk, trying to get to the convenience store late at night, and these teens pointed... Mitosis. Yeah, it could be mitosis. I think you spelled it correctly. I'm not going to pretend that I would know offhand how to spell mitosis, but I'm going to say that you did. I'm going to say you were right. But poor little dude is on the way to the convenience store to top up on gender fluid, and all these angry, inconsiderate earthling teens pointed flashlights at it and blinded its poor big sensitive eyes and screamed and yelled and confused it, and then they ran away into the night, and it was like, come on, man, what the hell? The heck? Oh, did the little eyebrows make it better? Did the little eyebrows make it better? Or did they make it worse? Now he's like slightly surprised. But if I get rid of them, he's more of a neutral expression. I will leave it this way. Why you bully? Yes. Why do you bully him? Or them, I guess. Him, her, them, neither. Why you bully? Why do you bully the bean? This little legume. This patat. Why you bully the patat? They just want to go to the convenience store. Yes, Slurpee. Get some Cheetos. Their gender is tuber! Yes! This tuber child. If I were to give the Dover demon a name, I would name them... probably name them Spud. But Tuber's a good name, too. Name them Tuber. This little fella's name is Tuber. And they were on their way to the convenience store back in 1977. And a bunch of rude teens were rude. It walked 2 miles in the dark. 2 miles in the darkness. All by itself. And these rude teens were so mean. So mean. And then they went and told the police. And the police profiled a moose. It was terrible. Oh my lord. This is why I need to have somebody on this with me all the time, because when left to my own devices, I just start speaking madness. I'm having a one-way conversation with all of you, and I'm talking about the police profiling moose because of the Dover demon. Because of the rude teens being mean to the Dover demon. Yup, just Aaron is right. But that's why we're here. For art and for madness. Yes. It's always exciting to create stories that go with the things you're drawing, like how the Flatwoods demon was actually just an owl that scared some teens who then summarily pooped their pants and made up an alien so they didn't have to tell people that they had pooped. And that was where the terrible smell was coming from, was the alien and not them. Yeah, and occasionally I do games that I also babble that I also babble in, full of madness. Just let a completely unhinged word salad train of thought pop out of my brain and tell you guys all about it in whatever game I'm playing. I guess that's what they call talking to fill the silence, maybe? But I feel like talking to fill the silence is more... Yeah, babbling is a talent. I feel like talking to fill the void is talking a bunch and not really saying anything, and I feel like what I'm doing is more just saying completely bizarre things. Things are being said, for sure, but they aren't conventionally normal things, and that's fine, because that's why we're here. We are here to be entertained by whatever I am talking about, and currently, it is the adventures of the sad Spud, the Dover demon. This is why you don't bully your local cryptid who's going down to get a little snack from the convenience store. That's true. What is normal? Nothing, really. I mean, if it gets down to it. I mean, what we would define as being normal would be something that would be inoffensive, and that would probably just be like a cardboard box with like a happy face on it. And that's actually, when you see somebody or something that is trying to act that brand of normal, it's either really boring or really creepy. I mean, some stuff around here, I don't worry about them being bullied. Yeah, that's true. You don't need to worry about the moose being bullied up on the island you're on, because they'll just bully you instead. This is true. Nobody is bullying the headless ghost of Queen Street. It can't see you, so you can't bully it. It doesn't even know you're there. It's got no ears. It's just floating around. It cannot hear your slings and arrows nor your judgments, and so it is perfectly fine. But for some reason, it always knows that you're there and seems to hover behind you threateningly. Now the question is this headless ghost carrying its head? I mean, it will probably kill you, lol. It wants to share the misery of decapitation. I mean, you know what? Fair. When you've had a bad day, you've had a bad day, you want to share it with everyone else. Does the ghost carry its head around with it, does Aaron? I need to double check. It might be looking for its head. Maybe it's one of those ghosts where it's like, if I can't find my own head, I'm gonna take yours. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe this is a rude ghost. Not like our little Dover boy. Our Dover spud would never hurt you. It will just stare at you awkwardly from trees because it doesn't know if you're going to be mean to it. But it also wants to make friends, kind of. So you can leave it a little Slurpee on a rock and be like, this is for you. And a little candy bar. And it'll be like, oh my gosh, thank you. And it will gently take them and slink off into the woods to eat them. Ah, Queen's Road. The ghost of Queen's Road, not Queen's Street. I see. Sending people to the wrong location, Dezarin. Tisk tisk. Now they'll get caught by a different ghost. They were prepared for the headless ghost, not this other one. Not the ghost that haunts Queen Street. When you consider how many people there have been alive at one point in time, there's probably a ghost haunting everywhere, really. So, you know. Almost done with this part. Which is really kind of the longest part. We may actually finish this completely on stream today, because we've got a half an hour left, so... And when Mike returns from the work he had to go do, I will tell him all about Spud's adventures to the store. I'm sure he'll love it. And then we decide to give Spud a wig. In the form of 3 tiny little hairs. Oh, Dezarin found the article. She will not tell us. Sorry about that. I just fall, which means I have more allergies than normal. So I'm always sniffing. Ah! Mike just sent me a message that says I shall return shortly. Ah, so he is on his way back. Nice. It's like he knew. Alright, let's see. Oh, legend has that it was the Headless Man. Okay, the Headless Man was a ship captain in love with a beautiful woman who once lived in Pettyham's, the first ever witness house. Okay. Another man vying for her affection attacked the captain, bent on ridding himself of competition. The killer was never tried for the crime. The captain's ghost still roams the area looking for a resolution. Okay, so he's not necessarily looking for his head. He may have it with him. We don't know. But he's not trying to find it. He is instead looking for justice. He wants somebody to help him. Perhaps. Maybe because he doesn't have his head, he might mistaken you for the person who cut his head off, and then that's why he'll do a murder if he finds you. Maybe that's why. Oh, look at this off-purple lad. Perfect. Alright, let's fiddle with this. Fiddle with this color a bit. Let's fiddle with him. No, but it is missing. They describe him as a man with his head hewn off almost as far down as the shoulders. Okay, so his head is definitely not with him. He's not carrying it around or anything. Alright, noted. Alright, let's see about tilting this color a little more towards a different shade. Maybe a little more blue. A little blue. Slightly blue boy. Very slightly. I feel like I've just kind of brought myself back to the color I was already using. little purpley blue boy. Yeah, that's not too bad. Okay, so no head. We have a few ghosts and stuff around here. Cool. All right, let's see. So for the eyes, let's make them a pale. Or actually, let's see. Let's see if it actually says what the Dover demon, like what his color scheme is. What color scheme do he possess, Wikipedia? Tell me. It just says a large-eyed creature, tendril-like fingers, and glowing eyes. Okay, so we can kind of do whatever we want, but the eyes have to glow. There's a tiny separate island here called Bell Island, and they have a swamp hag and fairy legends. Cool! I am on the wrong tab. Here we go. So, what kind of glow do we want? Do we want like a pale yellow glow? Pale, yellowy glow. A blue one, maybe? Green? Purple? Can glow like anything, really. I feel like red is the go-to for everybody. Old school fairies, not Tinkerbell. We're talking like get you lost in the woods and swamps kind of fairies. Yeah. Like the little folk kind of fairies. The kind that you should not tell your name because they will take it. Because the phrasing they say is, "May I have your name?" To which you say no, but you may call me, and then you can tell your name. And they'll be like, "Dang, yeah, murder me." I'll tell them my... I will tell them my dead name to have it stricken from existence. Hell yeah! That's perfect! Just tell them the name you don't want anymore, and then it's like, poof, gone. And you're like, haha, thanks, bye! They're like, what? Dang it. I thought I beat them. I ended up doing them a favor, shit! I didn't mean to. Oh no. I don't know if you can hear him, but the boy cat is crying out in the hallway. Oh, weepy boy. Weepy boy, you're fine. No big cry. They tell you to carry around Bible scriptures and pieces of sweet bread to drop and appease them, if I'm remembering it correctly. Oh. Well, I feel like if I was out to do bad things and mischief, that maybe I'd be appeased if you gave me a snack. I'd be like, oh man, they were nice to me. Let's see, does this little boy require any gradient? Some of the sketches made it look like he had kind of like a modeling on him, so maybe we can give him a nice little modeling. Hey, Nova! And yeah, it's okay, it's the tail end. But it's okay. We started a bit late today, so we're gonna go another half hour, even though it's almost 6. Well, we'll try. I may have to leave when it happens, so... Alright, let me do a little bit of cool... You know what? I can actually try. I can try a thing I saw. I can maybe try a thing I saw. Hold on a minute. Give me a moment. I'm plotting. I need... Hey, it's the Action Lines brush. Is this the ink box or sketchbook? This is the ink box. That's why I can't find what I'm looking for. I need the drawing box. I need a chunky brush to make a little mottling pattern on the boy. Let's see. Savage. I only now got the time to join. I finally got my own PNG tuber model working. Yay! That's great! I'm glad that's working for you, Nova. Maybe this is the color. Okay. So we'll put down a nice something. Well, actually, we want it to be 100%. What am I doing? We want to do it like this. Give a little motley pattern to the lad. Oh, Bell Island has ghost miners on it too. Oh no. Ghosts and fairies. You cannot go to this place. You will never come back. You can say it has all the bells and whistles. Oh, that's good. That's a good one, Nova. And the hag as mentioned, so yeah, trouble all around. Oh my goodness. So basically, if you set foot on this island, you're just gonna die. Or disappear, really. You're not coming home. You're not coming home if you go on this island. It's just your foot will touch the soil and just, you're gone. It's like, well, that was unfortunate. Oh well, we did our best. Let's go home. Oops, that's not what I wanted. There you go. So, I saw a cool thing yesterday where somebody was talking about how you can make really cool patterns and stuff with the difference tool, or the difference setting on the brush. So, since this is white, if I go here, I grab this charcoal brush, and I set it to difference. When I put it down, it'll be black, but then when I do it again, it'll be white. So you can start making these funky patterns. Look at him go. People do live on the island. Okay. The hag is much more modern, though. The story is that a group of German sailors had secretly landed on the island to resupply their U-boat with the help of local sympathizers. An unfortunate woman came upon the scene, was dragged into the marsh and killed. Locals, fearing a fairy trick, ignored her cries for help, and her restless spirit is said to still plague the site. Aw, that sucked. That poor lady. I'd be pissed off, too, if I were her. Oh, that looks so interesting. This looks so interesting. Created a funky pattern on this guy. Kind of like a little rock wall. He really do look like a patat. It does work. I'm going to fiddle with it a bit more. Let me see. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. What can I do with, like, different colors? Let's see. So I start with, like, this color. Let's do, like, a charcoal brush. Oh, let's see. Witnesses have described what initially looks like a woman in white walking up from the marsh after sunset. Quote, as the thing gets closer, the color starts to go gray, and then the thing falls to its knees and starts to crawl on all fours like a dog, Crane says. The creature's wormed-out face and foul, sulfuric smell then knock out the unfortunate spectator. The fact that no such woman has ever been reported as missing hasn't dampened the enthusiasm for the story. And these are longer than I think when they copy them, says Disney. That's okay. They're not too long. They are a little bit, you know, they're not, like, short, but they're not, like, super long. It's not like it's just taken up the entirety of the chat. And since the chat isn't crazy active, like, not, like, tons of people aren't having conversations, then I think it's okay. So let's try this color and see what happens. First, I'll get a little bit of nice shady floof on this boy. Let's get a light shading. Maybe his snoot should get a little shading. I may delete this. I probably will. I'm just experimenting. Speckly Baby is nowhere. No, Speckly Baby will come back. Speckly Baby is going to be a different color, though. I thought about using a different color because it was black and white. We're going to see. Whoops, this is the wrong eraser. That is the correct eraser. Aw, I hope so, Nova. Thank you. Nova said it's not crazy active yet. This is true. The day when it gets to be all nice and active and I can make this my living, I'll be very happy. Just stream all the time. Well, every time the ADD lets me do it. Instead of being like, no, you can't. It sounds mostly like an excuse for people who got blind drunk and wandered into the swamp. Yeah. Kind of like when me and Mike were talking about the Kelpie when I was working on the Kelpies. It's like, oh, well, what do you think the real thing is? I'm like, I think a bunch of drunk people wandered into the swamp. Aw. I hope that you get super popular too, Saren. You should go check out her streams. They're cute. They're cute and fun. And she does a lot of like retro games and stuff that I've not heard of before, and they're really interesting, I think. Promoting my friend. Popularity, meh. Able to make it for a living? Yes. Same. Alright, so let's see what this does. Because now I'm curious. I want to see what this will do. Ooh, the difference between pink and... If I switch colors, is that better? Oh, that's cool! What is this I'm doing? I've discovered a thing and now you can't stop me. Yes. You fool. You fools. You let me. Whoops. Back that up a little bit. He might end up looking like an oil slick. Oh, he looks bruised? Oh no. I thought he looked like a little oil. I'm not sure if I should ask this here or not. It's about maybe a future possible collab. Well, like I said before, I wouldn't mind doing a collab if there's a game that's on PC that both of us can play. Did you have something in mind? If you don't feel like talking about it here, we can talk about it off stream. That's totally fine. But if you're just like tossing ideas around at the dartboard, I'm more than happy. Let's see if I can make this look funky instead of like we abused him. Look at it. Can I make him iridescent? Can I make the Dover demon iridescent? He looks a little iridescent. Can we make him iridescent? Can we make the boy iridescent? It's more, they'll probably stream Silent Hill 2 this month. Can you guess who I think of when it comes to the end? Oh, yeah! I mean, if you want me to guest on there, I'm fine with that, yeah. Oops, that's not the color we wanted. Let's gloss a little more pink up here. A little more pink. A little more pink. And then we can see about getting more of other colors on here. Yeah, if you want me to appear on there, you just gotta tell me when you'll be doing it. Is that over already? Is that the whole playlist? Oh my gosh, that was the whole playlist. Here we go. More lo-fi. We can figure it out. Awesome. Cool. I do. I know so much about that game. I love Silent Hill. Look at our beautiful iridescent baby. Oh my goodness. I went a little overboard with him. All right, let's see what happens when I lock it into place and overlay. Ooh, it overlays in blues. No. But if we blew, what happened? Ooh. Little purples. Ooh. He does look like a oil slick. Little iridescent lad. This little lava lamp guy. Little lava lamp boy. I want to do a bunch of the old horror games. PSU era is one of the best. Yes. Oh, Dover, you're so beautiful. You look so cute. You look like you're gonna turn into that thing from Annihilation. Let's see. Let's pick a color from here and try to like give him an underbody that's more that color. He may be a being from below the earth rather than space. That's true. That could be. Maybe something a little bit more blue. Let's give him a little more blue. That's true, it could have dug itself up from underneath the soil. And that's why he's all funky. Yeah, no, that's a little too bright. So what I'm actually going to end up doing, I think, come here, you, is I'm going to turn this down a bunch so that we can just kind of see him. He's so opalescent. Yeah, I think we can get rid of that darker purple, because now that we've dimmed it, I don't think it's a problem. Look at this opalescent child. He's shiny. It's like a shiny Pokemon. I like it. It's made of space. Perfect. Now I'll start putting shadows on it. How much time we got? We got about 10 minutes. Let's see how many shadows I can do in that time. This is how I've been doing the other ones. I've been doing a simplified shadow, in which I'm just kind of marking out the areas where shadows should be. So it looks a little chunky at first. But it will look less chunky in a little bit. So. For some reason this decided it didn't want to be a curve. Alright, cool. We'll tilt the camera then, Jesus. Camera this. This beautiful opal boy, or girl, or whatever. This little opal potato going on a walk to the convenience store. There's a word I don't hear often despite being perfectly cromulent. Yes. Opalescent is such a good word. Such a pretty shading thing to put on stuff too. Let's put this next shadow up here. Have it be shadow on his noggin. It's funny, I usually assign things the gender of he even when that's not, or sorry, the pronoun of he, even though that's not the gender I necessarily think it is. It's just a thing I do. Like, every dog is a good boy until I am told otherwise, even though I don't necessarily assume it's a boy dog. Don't understand why that happens. It just do. The nose. Oh, it's got this shadow. When your vernacular is so is so jaloux, every word may appear. Just like a lot of people call car she her for some reason. Yeah. I guess that's the American version. The English version of like other cultures that are like, this table is a girl. In my language, we put the girl suffix in front of it, and you're like, okay. And we're like, that's strange. I wonder why they do that. And then we walk around being like, this car is a girl. We don't do that in our language, does it anyway? Everyone goes, yeah, French does that. Yeah, it do. There's a lot of languages that do that. I wonder why. Nova says, Brazil, numero do mundo. We do that. I believe you. I don't know if I said all that correctly, though. I hope I did. I tried. Forgive me, for I am a sad American who only knows 1.2 languages. And the 0.2 is just scraps of other languages that I pulled together. I could not give you a full sentence if I tried. Ah! The pronunciation of numero was very accurate. Ah! Yay! Thank you. So I did part of it correctly. Excellent. Wonderful. But you don't have to worry about accuracy because it's a hard language. I've heard that. All languages are difficult, I guess, if you don't speak them, especially when it has rules that are completely different. Like, I've often heard people say to me that learning English as a second language was incredibly difficult because while other languages have rules that they stick to, we teach you a bunch of rules and then immediately ignore them. Like that I before E except after C does not apply to so many words. Hello, my beautiful purple child. Alright, the stream is almost done. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to keep going until I finish this shadow layer, because it's the biggest. And I'll show you how I've been doing the shading. So, let me just get this. Let's see. Nova says, I'd say English is a bit on the easier side to learn, but maybe that's because I've been learning it for so long. While Portuguese, you have like 30 ways to conjugate verbs. Yeah, that's true. It could be that English is one of those languages where if you start learning it when you're, you know, like young, like little, like you see it on TV all the time and start picking stuff up, that it's like, oh, it's not that challenging when I had to do it. But if like you're an adult and you're like, well, time to learn English, that you just stare at the horrible mashing word salad that we've created and go, oh God, oh no, because we just kind of slammed together several different languages. We were like Latin, but not Latin. Let's go ahead and put in some words from German. And we'll take some Spanish words and put those in here too. I like how the French do that. Let's also add it. And then you're like, please make up your mind. And we're like, never. I refuse. And I will never comply. Alrighty, little froggy foot has its shadow. Second noodle foot. You know, initially I was actually kind of concerned that I wasn't going to get these noodle feet and like these noodle fingers and things looking right. But they are looking good. Not us doing the same, but worse, says Nova. Brazilian Portuguese is so far gone from Portuguese. I'm surprised it's considered the same language. Yeah. I guess that's why sometimes if you look on certain language forms where it's like, do you, if you speak Spanish, is it Spanish Spain or Spanish Mexico? Because they are two very different kinds of Spanish, but they both came from the same thing. So good luck. And of course I stare at the form and I go, well, I don't speak either of those things, but not for lack of trying back in middle school, but it never took. I tried to learn Spanish. And I still remember certain kinds of things. The one phrase I tried to memorize was, I'm sorry I don't speak Spanish, one moment please, for when I answered phones. But apparently when you do that, all people know is that you just said something to them in Spanish, and then they just immediately begin talking, and it's like, oh no, they think I know. Nova says, concerning language, I've heard some people call it Brazilianese, and I like that name a lot. Huh. It does have an interesting flow to it. See, Brazilianese. Brazilianese. That does have an interesting flow to it. It's just something I have to get my mouth to say. Because my brain keeps wanting to go Brazilianese instead of Brazilianese. Ah, ence as in sense. Brazilians. Ooh, that actually sounds really good, Brazilians. I like that. It sounds shiny. Like you're like, oh, don't worry, I speak Brazilians. And then just glitter goes from somewhere. You won't know. It's like when the Power Rangers pose and something explodes behind them. You'll never know where it came from, just that it happened. And you're like, yes. Excellent, perfect. Brazilian. Nope, that one wasn't fully connected. Okay. You have to make sure that these are fully connected, and sometimes they're not. I think they are now. Nope, this leg isn't. Hold on a second. The only way to get this to go correctly, to be proper shadows, is to do this. Almost done, almost done, almost done, almost done with this shadow. Excellent. Nope, I was wrong. There's one more spot. Right here. I'm in the incorrect, there we go. Yes. If there's something that games taught me is Brazilian people can double jump, so we probably summon glitter too. Yes. Fantastic. Alright. Select inverse. Grab. Did I grab all of the bits? I appear to have grabbed all of the bits. Excellent. Select inverse. Delete. And then we do a fluff brush. Come to me, fluff brush. Yeah. Fluff brush at 100%. And then we go along where the darkest part of the shadow is. In this case, I guess it'd be... yeah, it'd be on the outside bottom of this. So we'll go here. And then down. And over here a little. Down over here. Down here near the bottom is probably darker. Over here, and a little tappa there. Tappa. Okay, and then we grab this and set it to 40%. And then we drag it over the rest. I may soften up some of these edges, but this is more or less how I've been doing it. Shadows. Okay, let's soften the edges a little bit. There we go. Don't want it to look too haunted. Just slightly haunted. There we go. Makes the face look better. Tap it. Okay, so he's mostly done. There's just a couple other... Actually, mostly I just have to put highlights on him. And if it wasn't for the fact that dinner is quickly approaching, I would just finish it. But don't worry. You will see him in all of his fantastic glory in just a little while after I have food. So maybe like an hour from now. There he is. Here's his scrunkly, creepy, sitting on your rock wall version, while the cute version that just wants to go get Slurpees is over here. Alright. I know somebody joked Siren Head earlier, but this is Spotlight Eyes. Yes! I mean, they glow. He doesn't have a flashlight, so they're showing him the way to the 7-Eleven. Or the Walgreens. Actually, I think, is Walgreens open 24 hours? No. What's the other one that's open 24 hours? There's the 7-Eleven and a different gas station. Mart. Ah, I don't remember, and we just got one downtown. Dang it. I don't remember. Whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. So, tomorrow... I was all excited about it. What is the creature tomorrow? The Quickie Mart, yes. I keep accidentally just, like, flashing my desktop by accident. Or well, my wallpaper. Please enjoy all these Modica wallpapers. I haven't made enough of my own to have a ton of them. Alright. The Grafton Monster. Yes, that's right. The Lump. Tomorrow we do the Lump. Yeah. Alright. So I want to thank everybody for stopping by. The briefest glimpse of guns. Yeah, I think that my wallpaper right now... You know what? I'll minimize it. Let's look at my wallpaper. Yeah! It's Mommy. Mommy Tomoe. And Jesus for some reason. But it's Mommy from Modica. Wearing a fancier version of her normal outfit. And a ton of guns. There we go. That is my wallpaper. They cycle. So it won't be the same in about 15 minutes. But anywho's, I want to thank everybody for stopping by. I hope you had as much fun as I did. I love our little guy. This little fella. This peanut. This spud. This little tuber tater. I love them. And I hope that I will see you guys tomorrow for the Grafton Monster. That is a big old lump. So we'll have a potato and a lump. I want to thank, even though they are not currently here, because one of them had to go to bed and the other one's doing something important. I want to thank my friends for keeping me company. And I want to thank all of the people, all my buds in chat, who kept me company while we created this beautiful child together. I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye! I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers over on Patreon and give a special shout out to Jack Fox, Old Monster, Dizarin, and Revolution72. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. I'd also like to give a big thank you to everyone else watching. If you enjoyed the video, let me know with a like and a comment. Be sure to have a look at the other videos on my channel and subscribe so you never miss a new one. Links to my Patreon, Twitch, and all my other socials are in the description below the video. I hope I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!